Stockpile Hobbies.
Welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies, everyone. My name is Steve, and today we are going to be going through the next 3 Viper V-Spec chassis that I got to further replace more of my Outer World X-Traction cars. So let's get these cracked open, let's get them lubed up, and let's pick some bodies for them. So it looks like me purchasing all these Viper bodies has given them enough revenue to change their packaging. It looks really nice. I like the new bags. Really slick. So let's get this open. Oh, these are a lot nicer. Wow. So once again, if you're wondering, these are the V-Spec race car with AFX standard clips I have on them. It's item number 10100-A, and I got 3 of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the shoes on them. I like to check the clearance here and make sure that the shoes are back far enough on the little tabs so that they won't fly off. This one looks really well. So does this one as well. And this one, also I'm going to give this one just a little bit. No, actually they look good. These all look great. So just as with our standard slot cars, we're going to add some racing oil here. It's just bearing lube. So I'm going to put a little bit on top of the armature here. There we go. I'm going to do a little bit on the wheels, axles. Front and rear. And just behind the pinion, where it goes through the chassis. And now we're going to work it all through. So I'm going to do this to the other 2 chassis, and then I'm going to move on to the grease. So now with the Teflon grease, which you can find in the description of the video, we're going to just take a little bit, and we're going to apply it to the plastic gears, the pinion, and the main axle gear. So you just got some on a Q-tip, and we're just going to apply it and work it through. Beautiful. Got a little bit too much on that one, so I'm going to use the other side of the Q-tip and just take a little bit off. Run it through the teeth some more. Spread it around. You can use this on any of your slot cars, really. You don't have to use these for the Viper cars. It would help with friction and the plastic wear on any of them. There we go. And I'm going to do the same for the other 2 chassis. So we have our candidates selected here. I'm going to be adding my card body, my General Lee body, and this red CUDA body to these chassis. So out with the old, this one's actually a Outer World flamethrower car. This one is actually a X-Traction chassis, as well as another X-Traction chassis. These are going off to our superfan Jeff Burton. He's offered to purchase all these. I am more than happy to sell those to him or trade them to him, and he can put those to good use. So, with these bodies selected now, we need to do some painting. And actually, we need to paint the ones from the last video as well. Their wheels need to be painted. We need to have white wheels on the Blue Devil here. We need to have chrome rims on the CUDA. Chrome rims on this CUDA as well. Actually, all of these are getting chrome rims, except for car and the Roadrunner here. The Daytona Roadrunner is going to have white, and car is going to have matching wheels to kit, which is just the silver ring around the black. So what we have here is a Craft Smart paint pen. And I bought a whole bunch of little skinny brushes because I go through them very quickly to do this. You can just shake this up and probably just marker the wheel in. Even this tip though is probably going to be too fat, so what I'll do is I'll put the paint onto a piece of cardboard and with a tiny brush go through and get the inside of the wheel and do that all nice. So we're going to start off with the all silver ones first, and then we'll leave the other ones to the end here. Actually, yeah, these wheels are so small that even this tip, to get this in there and make it look good, might be a pain, but let's see what happens here. So we shake this up. And now we have to get the tip of it wet with the paint. There we go. And hopefully this won't just go everywhere and be a mess. We'll do the back first just in case. There we go. There's one. There's two. You can see how it did the inside but didn't get the lip on the outside. And that's going to be really hard when I'm going to put the little rubber tire back on, is not having it smear off as you try to place it back on. But with our handy dandy brush now, get some paint on that. Now we can go around and get it everywhere we want. The problem with the cardboard is it absorbs the paint too, so I probably should have used something else. And you don't have to do it all in one coat. Let that dry, and you can come back through, hit it with another coat, and get all the other edges, because you'll start smearing the paint off other places where you've already applied it. For the rear tires, or the rear wheels on these, I'm going to do them all with the brush, because that marker head is just too big. Grab the piece of paper here to use instead of the cardboard. There we go. A lot of paint on it there. Now with that, we can do the rear. As you can see, I'm being real sloppy with it. You don't have to be gentle or worry about it getting anywhere else. It will all cover and coat evenly when you're all done. And like I said, if you see some dark spots still, like on the front wheel, after it dries after about 10 minutes, just hit it with another light coat and you won't even see it. It'll cover it right up. There we go. We have one Viper chassis with painted chrome wheels. So I'm going to continue on and do the other 1, 2, 3 cars the same way, and then we'll move on to the ring on the kit car, or car I should say. The Bad Night Rider. Alright, so now for car, all we want to do is the outer lip of the wheel. We don't want to go inside it. So when I do the front wheel, I'm going to go very slowly around the edge of the rim and try to only color that part of it. I did an okay job over here on Night Rider with it. I hope I can do it again. Just got to have a steady hand and take your time with it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera, so I'm going to have to get it at the right angle so I can see what I'm doing. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start with the front wheels because they're the harder ones to do. and it's not going to be even. But when you look at it from 20 feet away, as you will on the racetrack, it will look just fine. I hope. That's the general idea of it. I'm going to bring it up close to my face now so I can actually see what I'm doing and try and touch that up. And here's car. The second front wheel I did close to my face came out a little bit better, I think, than the other one I did on camera. The rear wheels were very easy because they have a very pronounced outer lip, and you just had to glide the brush around that. Let's take a look at the other side of it. There we go. Pretty cool. So we're going to let all those dry. I am going to hit them with a second coat of silver here and there, especially the DR-1. The DR-1 has these really deep dished wheels in the back. It's going to take a lot of paint on that little brush to get in there with it. So for the Super Bird, I have some flat white primer here. This will work perfect to get the white paint that I want. I use the same flat white primer when I did the other cars in the Blue Devil series. So all I'm going to do is, instead of masking the car off and spraying it, I'm going to spray some of the paint into the cap here. I got a fresh brush, and I'm going to apply the paint from the brush just like I did the other cars. I do recommend the primer. White can be notoriously hard to apply and get it to stick right. Don't be surprised if it takes 3 or 4 coats. This being a primer though, it's going on really nice. Here's the rear wheel. You see how it's wiping off? So that means we gotta let it dry and come back with a second coat. Alright, so the hardest part is gonna be really putting the wheels back on the cars without having the paint rub off. So I'm gonna use some gloss clear on the wheels to help harden the paint and make it resistant to rubbing and touching, and getting these little tiny silicone tires to go on without any issues. I made a little stencil here, which I probably could have used to apply the white paint, but we're going to use this for the gloss, and I'm just going to poke the wheels through the stencil. We're going to spray it one wipe back and forth once or twice with the gloss, flip the car around, do it again, and do it to all the cars. Alright, they're all painted up. I was able to get the tires on. I only had to do a couple touch-ups from stretching the rubber over the tires, but all in all, they came out really good. I'm really happy with these. The red Cuda with the chrome wheels now, looking amazing, as well as the green one. You can see there, this is the first one I touched up as a little bit of a glob there, but it is what it is on that one. It looks better from this side though, doesn't it? I agree. The DR-1 came out really good. I could use a little more silver paint inside the drum in there on this side, but the other side looks amazing. Came out really nice. You know, they're going to get scratched from driving too, and they're going to always need touched up. But doing the clear coat, I highly recommend it. I let it dry for about 14 hours or so. We have Car here. He came out pretty good also. Looks good, along with Knight Rider, who I had done before. We got the duo back in action. We're going to have to add some LEDs to all of these. We're going to put them on all of these here. These guys already have LEDs. We're going to add it to the General Lee also. Came out really good. And now it has the performance behind it to back up the good looks. And finally the Daytona Super Bird with the white, looking great. It's going to match the rest of the Blue Devils over here, the racing team. Really cool looking. Awesome. So that only leaves me with 2 X-Traction chassis left to get rid of, replace with V-Specs. The DeLorean and the Interceptor car here. I can't remember what state police it is. It's white. But we're going to get 2 more chassis and take care of those as well. So what's left is to get some racing going on. I think we're going to do a live stream with Enzo, get these cars going down the track. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you the confidence to go ahead to paint your slot cars, taking a chance. It's really simple. It's just taking your time, being patient with the paints, using brushes and correct masking techniques. All these V-Specs here look great. And as well as I said, the General Lee now back on its hauler, and the Daytona Superbird back on its hauler as well. So I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and take care, everyone.